Hello friends, welcome to another edition of O Canto do Cavaco. I'm your host Francisco. Today we're going to be covering one of my basic go-to strums, go-to grooves or levadas on the cavaquinho. This one you can use for just about any samba song, so it's nice to have one that fits for a lot of samba songs. Here's my samba groove number one. Let's dive in. Okay, let's use the G chord for this, and we're going to take it beat per beat. I'm going to play the ingredients or the components of each beat 2 times before I move on to the next beat. So let's put on 60 BPM, and let's do a G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 1. 3, 4. 1. 3, 4. 1. 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2. Now loop it. Now there's a reason why I was leaning in on that last beat before it looped on the of 4, somewhere approximately around here, I think. So the reason I was doing that is because that is where the chord change happens. If you are playing guitar, if you are playing piano, if you are playing cavaquinho, it's important to understand where the chord change happens. So, for example, if we're going from G to D7, and let's go to D7. That one, or I like this one without my pinky. Whatever. I'm going to play this one. You can play double the F sharp if you like. So, pay attention to where that D7 comes in. Long, long, short, long, 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 short, long, right there on the D7. Of 4. So pay attention to where that D7 comes in again. Long, long, short, long, 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 short, long, long on the of 4 is where that D7 is going to come in. Okay? Let's just get that chord change going before we loop it. So 60 BPM. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4. Now play the D through. Okay, we're not done yet. I have not been muting or doing anything with any variations with my left hand. I've just been depressing the chord and holding it down. So now let's take a look at how to create a little more swing by muting. Where are we going to mute? Let's look at the G chord. I'm going to mute, I think of it as in groups of two. For example, long, long. After the second long, let's put an X on that second long. So it's a long, long. I hold it down, and when I hit the second one, I mute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You see that? Versus where it's singing. Okay, so we're going to choke the sound after you strum. Take the pressure off the fretboard. Here we go. So it would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then the short long, same thing. See how they're tied together? Short long. And then release. Beat 3, same deal. Long, long, mute on the second. Keep them tied together. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, long, long, short, long. Okay, on the last beat, beat 4, short, long, same deal that you did in the material in beat 2. Short, long, short, long. Release after the long. So altogether up to beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, let's try 60 BPM with the mutes. Same rule. 2 grooves per measure before we move on to the next beat. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. Let's add the short long on beat 2. 3, 4, 3. Beat 3. 4. Now we got to do the anticipated chord, which is going to sustain. Don't mute it after the of 4. You're going to carry it over to the next measure and tie it over to those first 2 long longs on the beat of 1. Okay, again, it's going to tie over the measure. Don't mute once you hit that D7. Just let that bad boy ring out over the measure. So in effect, you're going to hear 3 longs tied together. You're going to hear this one on the of 4 somewhere around here. And over here, you're going to see the long, long of beat 1. Those are all going to ring out together. Okay? We're going to do a measure of G. No more piecing it together. We're going to go right in. A measure of G and try to go to that D. Doing all the mutes. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, let's give you some more chords to apply this samba strum to, this basic one. Let's do the common 1, 6, 2, 5. So G, first chord. And then let's do this E7. Okay. And then this A7. And then the D7 we know and love. Your choice, be it this one or this one. Okay. I like this one because it has all the notes of the 7 chord. Up to you. This one slides nicely. This one snides nicely. This one snides nicely. Pay attention. The anticipated chord is still going to happen at the end of the measure on the of 4. But if we're doing more chords, just try to keep track. We're going to go G on beat 1 and 2, then E7, 3, 4. Think ahead what comes after the E7 that gets anticipated here. A7, okay? A7 carries over, beat 1 and 2, D7, long, long, short, long. What gets anticipated again? That G when we loop it. So that's what makes it really tricky at first. And then once you play it and you practice it, you'll get really used to that anticipated change. So let's dial in 60 BPM and we're going to play G, E7, A7, D7, being mindful about our mutes, keeping the same strumming pattern, and anticipating that chord on the of 4. Okay, let's dial it in 60 BPM, 1625 in G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, gang, now that we have the basics, let's try to pick up the tempo a little. I recommend, whether it be in a group setting or practicing at home, always to use a metronome whenever possible. Always play without one to test yourself, but always bring one in. Let's try some different tempos and see how the 1625 in G works out. Let's kick it up to 72 BPM and see what that feels like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping by and visiting me here at Canto do Cavaco. I hope you enjoyed this latest video. Make sure you like if you liked it and share with your friends, and practice, practice, practice. We'll see you next time. I've got a few goodies that I'm looking to introduce, so stay tuned. We'll see you next time.